My name is Shannon. I'm 24 years old, and I am someone who spent the majority of my life seeking out to fulfill myself through pleasures that led to addiction and a life fulfilled with anxiety.
I'm Joshua. I'm 24 years old, and I was raised with a lot of brokenness. And in 2010, Jesus saved my life.
My parents were going to be filing for a divorce. So as you can imagine, that was a really dark time in my life. I got to a point where I couldn't find any hope, and it was just all darkness.
Because I grew up with just a single mom, and she was never there, so I had this sense of insecurity of who I was. Women were my weakness, and partying and just having no rules. I moved out of my mom's house and into a rough part of Milwaukee, and moved in with another family member. And after 5 months of living with this family member, we got into an altercation, and it was literally inches from taking my life away.
I was smoking a pack a day. I was drinking to kind of cope with the situation and trying to figure out how I was ever going to get through that. It's a very tough time when you are leaning on these pleasures that are not rewarding. I found myself very lonely, very scared, a lot of anxiety. It was pretty hard to get through the day.
I had nowhere to go. I had just met my sister the day before through helping her move, and she said she could help. She would let me live with her until I got back on my feet under one condition, that I go to church.
Through my family going through this devastating time, I turned to Jesus. When I knew that Jesus was going to be the one to deliver me, and that I could place all my hope and not be alone, and he would bear that burden with me, I just wanted to do that. I needed to do that.
Through going to church, I felt Christ's love and presence right away as soon as I walked into the building, and the message was directed straight towards me. So I knew that I was being called to live a greater life.
I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and from that point on, it really is that moment that you are just not alone anymore, and you just feel this strength and this peace. I was able to quit this addiction that had controlled me for years and years of my life. So today, Easter Sunday, 2015, I am 407 days smoke-free.
Serving Jesus has given me supernatural peace throughout the hard times in my life. I've gone through hardship after hardship, but through believing in him and just keeping a personal relationship with him, I felt peace. I felt happy.
So I was not the only one who was saved back in October 2013. Jesus also saved my parents and their marriage, and they now have a Christ-centered marriage, and they are celebrating 29 years together this June.
Because through Jesus, we are saved. I heard all these other things about him, but it wasn't until I started seeking him on a personal level that I found out there was nothing better for my life than to know Christ personally.